Hi everyone, and welcome to Chit Chat with Estri. Today's one is a very emotional one, but I've promised myself not to be emotional. Estri, listen, you are not allowed to be emotional. Okay. Today I want to talk about my hobby. I know a lot of people have been wondering, who is that man on your arm? Who have you got tattooed there? That's Kalati. He will always praise himself, the only surviving mafioso. I'm an enigma. That's how he heals himself, or that's why he healed himself. I find it so difficult to talk about him in past tense because to me, it still is. I still feel his feeling everywhere. The aura, the atmosphere, everything, what you will say at a particular time and all that. So, yeah. Okay, so it's 3 years this week that Skalati passed. He passed after his 52nd birthday, yes. It will have been 55 last week. He passed on the 22nd of April 2023 during an event. As mentioned on my platform, my social media followers, that I have my fashion house. I've got a fashion house in Lagos. I nearly opened one in London. The one in Lagos, it was during the opening that the unfortunate occurrence occurred, if there's any English like that. So it was in the middle of an event, and trying to remember how it happened, which is still very fresh in my memory. We had the fashion show, the dancers were there. We had dancers. We had the people on the runway. He was so excited about the event because he's been looking forward to it. He actually pushed me, to do that launch because I was just like, it's fine. I'm not doing. No, don't worry. I will help you plan it. Don't worry. It's going to be loud. We're going to do this. Let's launch it here. So I was so excited about it. And during the event, he slumped right beside me. I don't know what to say, really. I don't know what to say. It was just 3 years ago. It still feels like yesterday. Many people have been asking what actually was the cause of death. When we did the post-mortem, it was aneurysm. He was given a CPR on the spot, taken to the hospital, but unfortunately he didn't make it. All these things happened within the space of an hour, less than 2 hours. It all went like that, like it was a dream. But today, I'm here to celebrate him. I'm here to celebrate the fantastic man that he was. I'm here to celebrate the great man that he was. What can I say about Skalati? Skalati was a feminist. Skalati was a respecter of women. I remember when we go on holidays in Nigeria and maybe we need to do food shopping or something. I will ask my cook to go to the market. He will say, "Oh no, let me go with her." Something like, "Let me go with her. Let's go together," because he loved cooking. And he'll be like, "Let's go together." And when we go shopping, Skalati will not allow my cook to carry the baskets. And my cook will come back and be like, "You know what? It was uncle that carried the bag." He will not allow any woman to carry a bag around him, except you're carrying your handbag. He will not carry a handbag for you. He will never carry a handbag. Whatever is happening to you, you will be like, "Estri, carry your own handbag." But any other thing he will carry for you. He will not allow a woman to carry a bag beside him. That is how fantastic he was. He was a respecter of women. If you go shopping, for instance, you'll be like, "Estri, I'm not going to follow you inside the shop because I know you waste time. You just go." You'll be like, "Estri, let me go and do the shopping. Either you go or I go. One of us has to go. But me and you, we're not going for shopping together." And if I insisted that okay, I'm going to go, be like, "You know what, I'm going to wait for you in the car." And you wait in the car. And this guy will be looking at the shop. He will park close to the wherever shop that we go to or store. He will park there and will just be keeping an eye on when I will come out. As soon as he sees you coming out like this, he will get out of the car and come and meet you and collect the bags. He will never allow his woman carry shopping bags. Say wetin happen. Say wetin happen. He will not allow his woman to carry shopping bags. And not just me, the same thing for my cook, for anybody around him that is a woman, maybe a friend, maybe daughter-in-law, whoever you are, as long as you're a woman, you'll be like, no. It should be the duty of the man to carry the bags. And you come down and carry the bags. That is one thing I respect so much about him. Another thing, Scarlatti was a dresser. Have you met him? Have you met my husband? He could dress. He could dress. He could dress. He was a dresser. Oh my God. Everybody be asking me about my fashion sense. He influenced a lot of my fashion. You'll be like, when you first met, you'll be like, Estri, Bushito Nieo. Where did I meet you? You are a serious Bushito. Sometimes, because I love to shop online, I don't like to go to the shop. When I shop, and I'll just put everything in the basket, I'll be like, I called him Olufemi. His name was Femi, so I'll call him Olufemi. I say, Olufemi, come and see this thing I put in my basket. He'll be like, this one. He'll be like, you know what? Just let me do your shopping for you. So he influenced my shopping a lot. I met him when I was Mommy Gio. You know what Mommy Gio means? I was so spiro. I'll be like, so you are this your long skirts. You don't have to wear long skirts for people to know that you're a Christian. You don't have to wear Mary Amaka for people to know that you're a married woman. So he was such a pleasant, loving guy that will allow a woman to be herself. He'll be like, before you became Shimzi's mom, you were once Esther. Before you became mother of 4, who were you? You were Esther. So he will allow you to be you. So people wonder why I tattooed him on my body. It's unforgettable. It's so unforgettable. He's my guardian angel. Do you understand? My guardian angel. It's so unforgettable. Where other guys will be like, you're a married woman, no? So why is your skirt this short? My husband will be like, I remember, let me give you an instance. I went to church. I can't remember, on different occasions, there were different occasions, but one of the occasions I went to church and I came back and I was giving him just like, hey, you know what happened? I didn't minister today. He said, what happened? I said, because the pastor said my dress was short. He was like, your dress was short. And you are wearing tights under the dress. And he still said your dress was short. Estri, that church, I'm coming to meet a pastor. I said, please don't come and meet my pastor. Don't come and, you're not going to that church again. Why would they try to, it was just that man that would be like, he was never judgmental. He's the kind of guy that will want to hear you, will listen. He was a very, very good listener. When you tell him something, he'll be like, check in row. You'll be like, let me think about it. When you tell him something, he'll be like, if I mean this, sometimes be like, Estri, ma fe joke pa me. Like, don't kill me with talk. Do you understand? You'll be like, okay, let me think about it. So he was never judgmental. He's somebody that will listen to you. He was agony aunt. Do you understand? If I got to a point, I was telling him that, you know what, you need to have a podcast about relationship, because he was such a sweet guy. What else can I say about him? There are too many to mention. He was so eloquent. He had the gift of the gab. There's no answer there's something that you ask him like this. He has like a ready-made answer for you. For anything that you say like this, he had ready-made answers. What can I say about him? He had, is it FOMO that you call it, FOMO? He had a fear of missing out. He would not sleep. We used to call him vampire. If everyone wanted to sleep like this, maybe we must have gone to wherever we go to and we'll sleep like this. So he may not remove his shoes and will sleep. Why? Because anything may happen. If anything wants to happen at any time, you'll be like, oh yeah, where is happening? Where is it happening? You know, he was a party animal. He was very social. Okay, Femi, what can I say about you? Okay. There are too many to mention. There are so many to mention. He didn't like stress. When you're telling me about something like this, maybe something that is bothering you so much, and you're telling me about stuff like this, that, you'll be like, meaning that, you know, that I don't think about things like that. Do you understand? I remember when my mom was ill. Oh my God. Oh my God. He just kept telling me, Estri. And it was during COVID. So there were restrictions of movements and all that. I could not go and all that. And it was like, Estri, we need to find a way to get to Ibadan. I don't know how we're going to do it. But this woman may pass away at any time. So we got ourselves to Ibadan. We did the funeral. Oh my God. We went through hell and back to go to Ibadan and to come back during COVID period. But he supported me all the way. I remember when I was crying for my mom. My kids were telling me later, my sister, they were like, he broke down. And he was crying that, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to support her? I've never seen her like this. I've never seen her like this. And my son was consoling that if you're crying like this, how will you be able to be there for her? And it was like, oh my God, like seeing me broke him, you know? You know, Scarlatti, he will be there for his friends. He will give anything for his friends. He will do anything for his friends. It was a life and the soul of every party. What can I say? What can I say? He was a giver. He was selfless. He knew how to keep friends. He knew how to link friends together. You know, when he was alive, he was the reason why many friends would come together, you know, and socialize. He was a social butterfly. You know, summer periods remind me of him. Because once the sun is out, it'll be like, Estri, Jekashi hangouts. Estri, Jekashi party. I will say, every day is party to you. It'll be like, Estri, let's just do a hangout. Okay. You know, bring your booze, kiniko. And he was a very good cook. He was a very good cook. Summer period reminds me of him because before you say Jack Robinson, the barbecue, you know, this thing is out, charcoal, everything is already grilling. In fact, he made me the best chicken ever. You know, what can I say about him? What can I say about him? He could apologize. Scarlatti could apologize. He could apologize. Before you are angry with him like this, sometimes you will see your phone ring. I let a bad habit from him. You'll be calling him like this. You'll be like, I'm not in the mood to talk. He will not pick up his phone. If I say, see, this person is calling you, pick up your phone. He will be like, is it your phone? Is it your phone? I'm not obliged to pick anybody's call. When I'm ready, I'll pick. And when he's ready, he'll be the one to call you back. Somebody may not call you back, but somebody will call you back. And he'll be like, and he could apologize. So if you now tell him that, I called you, how many times I didn't pick up? You'll be like, Ma bin, shaking the ballet. I will never forget that phrase. Shaking the. Before you even start saying anything, we'll start doing like this. Shaking the ballet. You know, apologizing was so easy. You know, it came to him easily. It came to him easily. It was one bloke that I can say that, you know, he was a friend to all his exes. He was a friend to all his exes. So there's no ex that can come and say that, oh, he did this. He was not talking to me. He was not, he was a friend. In fact, he was a friend to all his exes. What else can I say about him? He was just sweet. His smile, his charisma, his jokes, his perfume. His perfume. Ever smelling good. Ever smelling. Yeah, if you know Scarlatti, you know that he was a smoker now. He was, I've been smoking since I was 30 years old. He was a smoker. So you will never be near him and smell cigarettes. Ha! You can never catch him on a normal day. Whether he's asleep or he's awake or it's night or it's day, it's morning, it's evening. He was always smelling good. He was always looking good. He would tell me that, Esri, clothes maketh a man. I heard that phrase from him. Clothes maketh a man. So anywhere you see him like this, you cannot catch him unaware. Always dressing, always looking on point. Always looking on point. He had a he had a fallout with someone and he was giving me the gist. He was like, Esri, oh my God, it was so funny. I told her that even if they strip me naked, even if I don't wear anything, if they strip me naked, I'm bigger than you as a scarlet. Oh my God. You know, he was like, even if they strip me naked, make her come out on my clothes like this. I'm bigger than you, you know. Yeah, he was such a sweet guy. He was such a sweet guy. I could never find someone that could say that maybe the person and him were quarreling. No matter, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect. But he will not hold a grudge with anyone. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. He will beg you. Whether you are right, he will beg you. Whether he's right, he will beg you. You know, what else can I say about him? He was just a sweet guy. Yeah, he was a sweet guy. Let me see if I can think of any other thing. I bet we'll cut this part. Fear of missing out. Yeah, he was always saying Alaye. We called him Alaye. A lot of people that hear me say Alaye these days is from him. When he's to be like Alaye, he goes to a point we started calling him Alaye. Many of his friends were calling him Alaye because he was always saying Alaye. And he had this phrase that everybody. We actually printed it on his t-shirts when we were doing his candlelight. If you need Scarlatti, you know what I'm trying to say. Fuck that shit. You'll be like, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Even if you won't vex for him, anything he does, be like, fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. He will not tell you sorry later. Or maybe he wants to do something. He loves Faji. So he can do Faji from today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. Maybe he has something important to do I didn't do. Maybe he has an appointment with you I didn't. And maybe he didn't keep up with the appointment. And I'll be like, so why would you do this? He'll be like, Alaye motatoni, man. Alaye motatoni, man. Like, I know say I don't fuck up. So make a kukuma fuck up finish. Then I'll come and tell you sorry later. What a guy. What a guy. What a guy. What a guy. You know, yeah, I can go on and on and on and on and on. Like, he was just a sweet guy. He was just a sweet guy. He was loved by all, and you know, yeah, I can go on and on. Have I mentioned everything? Dresser, eloquent, respecter of women, you know. Yes, it was all that and more. It was all that and more. There are lots of things I will still say about him, but not today. Watch this space. I'm going to say it maybe at some point when the time is right. But today, I just want to say, Scarlatti, you may be gone, but you will never, never, ever be forgotten. Your shoe is too big. Your shoes are too big for any man to fill. Don't let me say that one before people now quote me. Let me quote me. You understand? So, Scarlatti, you may be gone, but you will never, ever be forgotten. You are a good man and more. May your soul continue to rest. Love you.